Hey everybody, the Casual Movie Guy here. Time to review Hot Tub Time Machine 2. This is the third time travel movie I've seen this month, so it's a safe bet to say that I am getting tired of time travel movies. So Hot Tub Time Machine 2, it picks up right where the last movie left off. They're all pretty famous, their lives are good, but they're still having problems. Craig Robinson's character is still having marriage problems. Rob Corddry's character, he's running out of ideas because he's already used up all the ones that he could remember. Even Craig Robinson is running out of songs to steal. Clark Duke's character, he is kind of the only one who didn't really benefit from the whole Hot Tub Time Machine. He still kind of have a life that's depressing, and he's not really big with the ladies. He's not really doing much. And John Cusack's character, John Cusack's not in the movie. Why? I don't know. I looked it up. I couldn't find the answer. And yeah, he's not in the movie. He's replaced by Adam Scott, who is his son, I guess. And Adam Scott is not nearly as funny as John Cusack was from the first film. And don't get me wrong, I love Adam Scott. I love him in Step Brothers. I loved him in Parks and Recreation. I think he's a great comedic actor, but in this movie, his character is just so poorly written. Not to say it's a bad acting job, because I love Adam Scott. It's just he wasn't given much to work with. Whoever wrote the character did a very, very poor job. Now to get into the plot of this movie, if you've seen the trailers, you already know what it's about. It's a murder mystery type thing. They have to go into the future to find out who killed Rob Corddry's character in the past. Yeah, it doesn't really make much sense, which is a problem for me because in time travel movies, I never really nitpick about the science of the time travel in that particular movie, but in this movie, it bothered me because it didn't really make sense. Let me try to explain to you. He died in the present, where the film starts off, and they go into the future, and he's alive in the future because someone from the future goes into the past to kill him. I don't know. It didn't really make much sense to me, and in time travel movies I usually don't care about that, but in this one it just was so unconventional and didn't make much sense that it really bothered me and was a huge gripe for me in the movie. Now perhaps my biggest gripe in the movie is that it's not that funny. Going into a comedy, you want the movie to be funny, and it's not that funny. Sure, there's some scenes here and there where you crack up and, you know, you have a few chuckles, and there was one particular scene where I was laughing out loud pretty hard. But most of the funny scenes take place with Craig Robinson because I think he's pretty hilarious in this movie. But the other characters aren't that funny. Clark Duke he's okay. Rob Corddry is Rob Corddry, as he always is. I've never really liked him that much. He's okay in this movie. Adam Scott, like I said, his character is very boring. He's there just to throw like a one-liner in here and there, and it just doesn't work. The chemistry in the characters, the best chemistry is probably between Craig Robinson and Rob Corddry's character. They have funny banter back and forth, but the lack of John Cusack really kind of hurts this movie because they had a good dynamic, the four of them, in the first film, which kind of made it work. And speaking of the first film had a good overlying plot. You know, it kind of had a central theme of if you could go back, would you change anything? And this movie didn't really have that. It was essentially just a murder mystery with time travel thrown in there. And a huge problem with me and a lot of other YouTube reviewers and just critics in general was that in the trailer we saw a lot of cool stuff happening. You know, we thought we were going to go to the American Revolution. We saw them laughing at each other because the one guy was Ringo and they were the Beatles. And Clark Duke's character, he was like, "Oh, you guys, I slept with Marilyn Monroe." And I was like, "Oh, cool, we're going to see some really cool stuff in this movie with time travel." And you get to the movie and you're like, it's the end, and you're like, where is it? Oh, it's in the credit scene. Okay. Which really, really bothered me because my hugest gripe with Project Almanac, another time travel movie that came out not too long ago, was that they didn't do anything cool with time travel. And when I saw this trailer, I was like, oh my god, they're going to do some really cool stuff with time travel. So I was really looking forward to that and was immensely disappointed when I didn't see it in the actual movie. All in all, this is an okay film. I didn't enjoy it that much. And when I go into a movie, I can look at the logistics of it and the filmmaking aspects, but at the end of the day, I want an enjoyable movie, and I didn't really get that with this film. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 11. I don't think it was awful or the worst movie of the year. It's an okay movie, maybe if you're a little drunk, or, you know, you're just with your friends and you're like, oh, Hot Tub Time Machine 2, should we rent it? We're not going to really watch it, but sure, pop it in. That's the type of movie it is. other than that, there isn't really much to this movie. I don't recommend paying the full $11 to see it in the theaters. I'd wait till it comes out on Blu-ray to rent if you really do want to see it. But I don't think they're going to make a third one because this one is getting smashed by all the critics. I don't think it's very popular. I don't think many people are going to see it, which is a good thing because it's, it'll make sure that we don't get a Hot Tub Time Machine 3. I'm the Casual Movie Guy once again, and I'm out.